Hey y'all, Beasley here, coming to you once again from my neighborhood, the Riverview neighborhood of Tulsa, Oklahoma. You may remember these Tudor Revival buildings, the Hemphurst Apartments, from a previous episode. Well, today we're going to take a walk down River Parks Trails, a short walk to visit the iconic Tulsa Spotlight Theater. And just like that, here we are, a residence like no other, the Riverside home for renowned classical pianist Patty Adams Schreiner. Designed and built in 1928 by master architect Bruce Goff, this structure served Miss Schreiner as her residence, her teaching studio, and her recital hall. Though listed in the National Register of Historic Places as an example of early industrial style, and many have noted the streamlined Art Deco stylings of this building, but again, this was 1928, years, even decades before the popularity of streamline. This building simply cannot be described in any specific architectural style. This building is Bruce Goff. I love how Bruce Goff used the cubic form for this building with the irregular interlocking sections of the residence in conjunction with this steep slope of the building site. When discussing this building, Goff was quoted as saying that too often buildings are treated as if they are two-dimensional instead of three-dimensional. The varied roof heights with balconies on each level add to the three-dimensional nature of this amazing Tulsa treasure. The front elevation is dominated by a large round window covering a third of the river-facing facade. The geometric pattern of the window was designed to represent a musical score, with the other windows stepping up the building diagonally with alternating black glass tile, contrasting against the white stucco, representing the contrast between the black keys and the white keys of a piano.
Are they really causing any issues?
Yeah, the lungs are almost opening.
This space was designed to be the recital hall for the students of Patty Adams Schreiner. Unfortunately, with the severe economic downturn during the Great Depression, Miss Schreiner lost her home and studio to the bank in foreclosure. In 1941, the property was purchased by Richard Mansfield Dickinson, a New York actor and accomplished acting coach. Mr. Dickinson was a member of a local acting group known as the Spotlighters. On November 14th of 1953, the Spotlighters performed a version of an 1850s temperance play titled 10 Nights in a Ballroom. The Spotlighters version was a comedic and melodramatic interpretation of this tale of the woes and the pitfalls of the consumption of alcohol. Tonight's is a special performance. Today is November 13th, 2021. The first performance of The Drunkard was November 14th of 1953, marking the 68th anniversary of this production of The Drunkard. A door from the stage leads to the primary residence of Patty Adams Schreiner. The formal living room you can see is now the green room, where performers hang out before the Drunkard and the Oleo. Through this next door was once the garage, both the garage and the quarters for the groundskeeper. There was a maintenance man that lived on site full time right behind that door, which is currently the women's dressing room. As there is a performance tonight, we will not be visiting the women's dressing room. The third floor was residences in the form of 2 bedrooms. This building is now 93 years old and is showing its age. So, yeah, there should be a new campaign coming out to raise money for the renovation and restoration of this historic building. Here's the main bedroom, bedroom number 1, used as storage for the theater. But these windows overlooking the Arkansas River. Moving into the second bedroom on this level and past the bathroom, there is another bedroom. And back in the corner, the door that led out to the balcony on this level. Continuing up to the third floor of the residence, you see this long window overlooking Riverside Drive and the theater. Again, this building is in need of some love. I have included a link to their webpage in the comments. Best way to support local arts is come on out and see the show, buy some merch, get you a t-shirt. This door once led to the balcony on that side overlooking the McBurney mansion. So we come into this last upstairs bedroom. This was also a door at one point. It is actually sealed from the outside as well. But that is the balcony for this level. Again, there were balconies on all levels, adding to the three-dimensional nature of this structure. The top of the Riverside Studio residence. And no proper tour of the Riverside Studio would be complete without a brief visit down to the basement. So this was a partial basement from 1928, which includes the workroom, mechanics, all kinds of boiler, everything down here at one point. But interestingly, in the conversion to a modern studio and access to the front of the building, in the 1960s, they cut a hole in the stem wall, actually built this second basement, dug out by hand. You can see a lot of the hill, Crybaby Hill, still intact underneath the theater. The stage is right above us, but hand dug in the 1960s under the crawl space. This gives people an opportunity to move from the back of the house to the front of the house without having to cross the stage. And we're going to come right back through here, and you will see that we are suddenly back where we began.
All right, thank you.
I hope y'all have enjoyed this brief tour of Tulsa Spotlight Theater at the Riverside Studio, an introduction to The Drunkard. At 68 years running, this is the longest running play in North America. So if you're in Tulsa, if you're visiting Tulsa, please come by and see us every Saturday night. It is a Saturday night that you will not forget, I promise. Thanks, y'all. I'll see you soon.